Good morning. Good morning. This is the All In Mastermind. We're in the middle of April 2024. We're going to be talking today to Aaron Roberts, Brandon Angel, and Kevin Chop Shop. I'm Regen Fit, and we're going to get into the topic today is overcoming tests. Okay. When we're given a test and how it builds something within us. We take these tests and it makes, it gives us growth and it gives us strength. And it's something that humans are, basically tests are put in front of humans every day. So, the inner strength that it takes to go through this, and then the magnetic energy it gives out after you've gone through these tests, and the energy you can give out, the strength you give out to others from going through them. So I'll go into a little bit just over life in general for me, going through trials and tribulations of addiction and prison and all that crazy shit, right? Builds you into gives you this strength and kind of gives you this type of Teflon type of coating that things come your way and it makes you stronger, right? So you use that and you take that into your heart and your soul, and you make an effort to give it away to other people and use it in a good way, and use it in a good way instead of a negative way. So what we're doing here is we're basically we're taking all that negative energy, all the negative shit that's happened to us, but looking at it in a different way and saying, hey, this is what's happened and how to turn that around and give that back out to the world. So I'll start with AR, strength, and overcoming tests. And, this gets into everything. This is relationships, jobs. Everybody knows about work, tests at work every day with people and all sorts of different things that happen at work. Tests. How about not drinking? People always are at the test of not drinking booze. Oh, how long have I gone? People count the days. Another test. Drugs. Oh, can I stay sober today? That's a test. These are all tests. What about diet? Another test. Major test for people is diet. Okay. Oh, I didn't eat this. I did. Oh, I ate this. I shouldn't have. That is a test that's, putting you to the test of doing something right instead of doing something wrong. So go ahead, AR. Overcoming tests, strength, and get into that a little bit.
Yeah, you just reminded me, talking about diet, that Wes Watson says self-mastery is gained through what you ingest. What you eat. If you could master your diet, then you're on the right road to self-mastery. See, I need to put more time into my diet, because I'll allow I need to be up to 9 purposeful meals and then allow one cheat or something like that. The 90-10 ratio. But the tests, yeah, man. Wow, the tests are always coming, man. And I've been thinking a lot lately that my mother looks really frail. I've been thinking about her dying or whatever, and I know that will be a test.
Oh, yeah.
The day that happens, and man, I think she's getting a little bit of dementia, and like I was talking to her, I looked in her eyes the other day, and I kind of got the chills, like something's off. And I just we'll have. I'm being tested right now, man. I'm going
I'll
through a
touch on that
breakup
a little
right
bit.
now.
So, yeah, emotional tests that you're dealing with, and it gives you a certain feeling of this how to get through it. How am I going to get through this? Right, that type of thing. family and things like that, right? So yeah, emotional
Yeah,
tests.
well, I'm going through an emotional test right now. I mean, I'm going through a breakup of a 4-year relationship where it went really well, I thought. And then yesterday I said, well, if you could change some shit about me, what would you change? And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know the list was gonna be that long. you know? I'm stubborn. I have a fuck you attitude. And that's not good, especially for when the tests come.
Mm,
And so I know that I have to center myself, kind of just realize that this is just my perception. This is and I'm being tested, and I'm not gonna fall to the lower me and fail the test. I gotta tap into the higher strength and pass it, because
yeah,
I've failed so many in the past that I just and the feeling of being kind of elated after you're like, wow, I handled that like really good. That's what's up.
yeah,
That's a character strength. And
yeah.
yeah, man. But yeah, the tests are coming. I talked to my sister a bit. She's kind of has some issues a little bit, and she said something to me. She called me a taker. She said, "You're a taker." It's like, I'm a taker. And then I just put down whatever I was doing, and I just walked the fuck out. I'm like, done. I'm not dealing with you. That was a bit of a test. I'm not going to sit there and argue with someone who loves to argue. Never try to be understood by someone who is fully committed to misunderstanding you. Fully
Yeah.
committed. Don't
Whoa,
try to
whoa,
get
whoa.
fucking walked the other way out. You know,
Fully committed, fully committed to misunderstanding, right? Is that what
right.
you said?
Their only
Now
commitment
that is
is to misunderstand you. They're not
yeah,
committed to understanding you. They don't listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply to their commitment
yeah,
of
yeah,
misunderstanding you,
yeah,
you
yeah. It's
know.
the know-it-all attitude, which is it's all too common. It's all too common.
It
And
really is.
to be open to what people are saying, to be open to what people are saying and understanding their point of view. That's the whole gift. Go ahead, Kevin.
I just wanted to say one thing about the understanding and stuff. And I got brought to the attention one time was you basically ask these people. I challenge you to understand me, or using your words to combat at them. And
Ah,
Yeah.
I've used that where it's like, where you're stuck in a spot where you can't be understood, and you literally just sit there and take a breath, and then I really challenge you to understand me, because I think if you understood me, things would go a lot better between us, or something like that. And it kind of, it changes their brain waves, and how they're reacting, or how they're coming at you, to
yeah,
think like, okay, well, is there something wrong with me? Like, am I missing something? And something in there, it was a bunch of like doctor stuff saying about this stuff, and it was like, so something like rewires in their brain instantly, and they're like, oh fuck, and now they start listening. So I don't know, it's
yeah.
something that you might want to try.
I think that's a very good point. A very good point, and actually say that to them. Say, I challenge you to understand what I'm saying, and,
Right.
and
Yeah.
look at it
Yeah.
in my point of view, my outlook.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that when somebody's listening, actually, I have some good chats with Brandon on different topics, and he always says, "Oh, I like that point of view." Well, that's how it's supposed to go. Because then the person sees the other point of view and goes, "Oh shit, I didn't see it that way. Thank you, thank you." Right? Like it's something that comes together where you unite in your thoughts. So why would you not want to be at that place, right? So I get what you're saying for sure.
It's a switch that gets hit that you both win from, which
Yes.
it's really really hard for people to do. Like myself, it's hard to do. So like I look at situations and points of view, and before instantly I'd be like, no, fuck you, I'm right, or fuck you, you're stupid. But now I'm like, again, like once I heard this challenge thing, I'm like, fuck. So anytime I get in the position where I'm like, no, 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 I'm like, cool. I say to myself, I'm like, challenge yourself right now to try and understand, or it's not even like understand the full topic or what they're trying to get across. It's try to understand just a part of it, or try to
Yeah.
just change your way of thinking that little bit. And at the end of the day, once I've done that and I'm having a conversation with someone and I pick up on like maybe like one or two things out of the whole conversation that I'm like, holy fuck, I never seen that before. And then I bring it up to this person and they're like, yeah. And then next thing you know, we're like, that was amazing. Yeah, I'm so glad we talked about that. But
Yeah.
and then at the same time, it's like, well, I still don't fucking understand, or I still think you're a fucking idiot for this part. And then they're like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I am being a fucking idiot about that part. And then they start changing how they think about it, and it ends up becoming this amazing fucking conversation. But yeah, so challenge yourself to try and find one part of what they say to change, and then and the whole goal is for both of you to understand each other, right?
Wow, and I'll take something. And this is actually out of the AA book. God gave us brains, so why not use them? Right? Like it's like God gave us brains, so let's use them, guys. You know what I mean? Let's use our minds and our brains to accelerate instead of being stagnant, right? So
Right.
thanks, Kevin. I'll go down to Brandon Angel.
Yo, yeah, yeah. Perspectives. That's why we're here in this mastermind. Huge benefit. You can get all sides of the diamond, right?
You're a bit
We're
choppy,
losing
bro.
you. We're losing you.
He's frozen.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
How
What
about
the
now?
fuck?
Yeah, there you good. You're good.
Okay. Give me seconds, and I'll be back.
Okay, go to AR.
Right. Yeah, man, the tests are coming, man. And intend on passing them by just living in the moment and knowing and realizing, oh shit, I'm being tested right now. I need to pass this. Try to think like, well, I'm not falling to those lower vibrations of like going from 0 to 100 with anger.
Yeah.
0 to 100 with anger, like, I'll burn the whole fucking city down just to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know
Really
that.
what you're doing is you're burning your life down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what it is.
Well,
And so
it's almost like a continuous test. Even when you go in, when any to public place, gym, grocery store, wherever you're going. Not a massive test, but
yeah.
like this like it's a social test. A social test of it being able to engage in a natural way and accept. It's actually really it's
Yeah.
really
It's
actually a continuous thing. So something that I myself have to work on religiously. Like I have to
yeah.
work on this all the time, because you just said the 0 to 100 temper, that explosive temper, that's just, man, that's a very
It's a
unhealthy, but
weakness. It's
it's
a
a
weakness at the
weakness.
end of the day. It's an absolute weakness. I
It's the worst.
mean,
I'd say it's
I
one of the
mean,
worst.
you have to be able to have control over your emotions. You can't let them control you, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you let them control you, this is how people get a 10-year prison sentence. You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, so
That split
may as
second
well
of
learn
it.
how to control those negative emotions. You know.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
split second anger, that second anger that takes people to prison
Oh
for
hell
that
yeah!
split second of that
Who
split
knows
second of
how many?
shitty action, right?
Yeah, a few
Wow.
seconds of just falling to that anger. Wes Watson says life is a gratitude test. You
It
know,
is.
and
It
and
is a
just to
gratitude test.
just to always choose gratitude in the moments. Or and I think you might have got this from an Eckhart Tolle book, but oh what oh shit! I just lost my thought.
Well,
It's all
you know
good,
what?
brother.
It's funny. What I had to say, we were in a different place in the conversation, but it still applies.
Yeah.
It's like this mastermind is so special and valuable to us because one, everyone in here is kind of far down the road of self-development. Two, there's this constant stimulation where you get different sides of the diamond, right? Everybody's got different perspectives and histories and ways of looking at things, and to come in here every morning and do that basically chess play where you're looking at all the different moves
Right.
that are out there intensively and as a part of your daily routine is going to 100%, could very well save you from one of those moments where the negative forces get the best of you, because
Yeah.
you're in here and you're making those disciplines and those self controls and you're calculating all those different perspectives in such a, I don't think philosophical is the word, but analytical, intelligent way, right? And so using that side and spiritual way, better even like that spiritually
Yes. Yes. Yes.
dissection and analytics, self-analytics to where you are and being just in that process, I think, a person's much likely to impulsively lop somebody's head off because there's all these people out there that are asking for it and it's almost like they don't, and many of them don't care about their life and they're fucking begging you to lop their freaking head off is basically what that comes down to. And it's because, and I want people to pay attention to this, it's because they're not involved in a daily practice like this. They don't have their shit together. They're not happy because they're fucking a mess. They're hot messes. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the next stage after that, unhappy,
A hot
provocative,
mess.
that unhappy provocativeness. It happens all the time, right? Like just in line the other day, there was a guy, and for us, for me, for my history is like the MMA gym, the boxing gym, is all the coolest people in the world. You know what I mean? Because everybody in there knows something. But it's funny now, especially here in Latin America, right, where small jealous minded syndrome really, really is a thing. Like much, people get very put off by someone doing better than them. Honestly, a lot of times, but it's much more common. It's very common. It's very
Well,
common in the States.
envy and jealousy is a mental illness.
Yeah,
There's just
I agree.
it's something that's it's sick. It's a sickness, I would say. Because
And
why would you even put yourself in that position where you don't want to see somebody else succeed?
Right,
That is
right.
that
I have the
that's
opposite.
almost
I love seeing people win. Is what it is.
yeah.
Yeah, that's me
Well,
now
you're
too. So glad I'm there. But I was there. I was a young man who, and all my friends too. Like if a big dude would walk by in the gym, they'd start doing that little schoolyard shit, talking about how they could beat up the fucking teacher and they're the size of his shin and all this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
I was there. I know what it is. and uh, you know, I think definitely a lot of the reason that we're on the other side is because we put this kind of work in, and it's a great
Work
place to
it.
be. Yeah, the work, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, when you walk into a place, I noticed this for me when I open the door to the gym. You're up to the door. As soon as you walk in, it's that test. It's like it is a test. And it's like, okay, what energy is in here today and what's going on? And to really dig deep, get out of your mind and into your heart right away. Get into your heart and soul. Because if you're in your mind, there goes the whirlwind. There goes the whirlwind, right? So being friendly, stay in your heart, and be true to yourself. Be true to yourself and get rid of that instant judgment, that fucking fuckery that's in your brain. Get rid of that, stay in your heart and be true to yourself and be proud of what you're doing, and then give that away. And
I
that's
would
a
like,
horrendous amount of work. It's a
I
lot
would
of
like,
it's a
yeah,
lot of work,
I would
man.
like to build onto that ramp. I would like to build onto that ramp.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Build on.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a valid test. And I mean, while we're talking about cockiness, as James Bond moves around so much, I'm constantly moving it, walking into a new gym, right?
yeah,
and here's my here's my test, you know. I just put my hat down, I put my headphones on, and I kill. And I look up every now and then, you know, and I see, and down here, I mean, like I said, I don't mean to be cocky or whatever, but I've been training since I was a little kid, you know. So down here, usually I'm just murdering, but far beyond what most of the guys have seen because the culture's not here yet, you know.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
and and so I'll look up every now and then. Majority, and this is the real world statistic right here. Majority of the guys, they either don't care or they're whispering some dumb shit. Like I could take the guy, even though he can obviously run circles around both of us, but whatever, right? You know, and then they'll very often, very rarely, you'll actually have a couple kids or two, you know, they're usually younger guys, right? Come up and be like, "Oh, dude, you're smashing in here. Tell me how do I do this? How do I?" That's a diamond. That
That's
is
a
a fuck.
diamond. Yeah, that's a
That's
diamond.
the winner.
Yeah. And so
Yeah,
I'm just like right away, "Hey, dude, do you have an Instagram? Hey, bro, blah 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 blah. Like, let me know anything you need, any questions you have, anytime. You know, please don't hesitate whatsoever. You know, I'm here for you." And they're just like, "Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up." And I'll tell them, and I'll be like, "You know, you guys are rare species, man. Most people would just
yeah,
sit here and talk shit. You know what I mean? You guys actually came up and asked questions. That keep doing that. You know, you're on the right track. Blah blah blah." And I
yeah,
really tell them how special they are right there. And it's all true. So everybody remember that, right? You know what I mean? We can
yeah,
optimize our gym presence, you know?
yeah. And give somebody I've walked by a few guys where I've seen they're training hard to the point where they're not lifting the weight anymore. And I'll walk by and just give them a fist pump. Just say, right on,
Yeah,
dude. And the reaction,
I do
the
that too.
reaction almost 100% of the time, oh, I'm not gonna. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's
because
just
it
like,
never
yeah,
happened.
man, and everybody in the energy exchange, and then you're pumped. But
Yeah,
to subtract for me, walking in the door,
yeah.
subtract my ego,
Hell yeah.
and and just diminish your ego and give out positive energy and be true to yourself and love. And honestly, I'm not tiptoeing through the tulips here or whatever, but love, give out some love, man, like
Hell
it's
yeah.
not, we live in a hateful enough place and world where we need to give out more love, right? So
And
that's where
Man,
I'm
everybody,
at
it's
with
easier
that.
to be a lover than a hater.
Yeah,
May as well,
it's a proven
right?
fact.
Why hold back? Why
Yeah,
hold back? I've tried being a
and
hater, man. That's the hard life.
and
It's a lot
everybody's a
easier just to love the people around you and be a lover. Yeah.
yeah. Kevin had something there. Go ahead, Kev.
I just wanted to touch on a couple of things there, but I love like Brendan basically sorted it out there because at first he said, a bit of a cockiness, blah, 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 blah. And then by the time he was finished, he basically explained exactly what I was going to say was it's not a cockiness. It's a confidence.
Ah,
Because
Yeah.
you basically sorted it out for yourself because you're like, yeah, I walk in there, I'm kind of cocky because I've been around, da da da. Da. But then I'm right there. I was like, if that's not fucking cockiness, that's confidence. And then right away you're
Yes.
like, yeah, and then I get all these guys on my page. I'm like, and then you're like, okay, there you go. I just confirmed that's not cockiness, that is confidence. So that's important. The
well,
other thing was the one quote or whatever thing that I freaking love is those who anger you become your master. So I love that one.
Yeah.
And
ooh,
that's basically how I go. And then the other part of it was we were talking about these people have mental illnesses because of their ego and that. And for me, I try to break it down, and it's literally just it's weakness. So
it is
anyone that
weakness.
oh yeah. So anyone, like, if you look at it that way, it makes your life a lot more easier and calm when you look at someone and they are that cocky motherfucker, and they have this high ego and they are just an asshole. I just look at them and like, oh, that's just a weakness that's in this person. It's something that they
Yeah,
need to work on. And then it just it flies out of my brain. It's not like, well, fuck this guy, fuck this guy, fuck this guy. It's like, oh, this
yeah,
guy's weak. Anyways, carry on. So
yeah,
there's something
yeah.
he needs to work on. There's something he needs to work on. And then these meetings, like, yeah, like, amazing because we get to see the different perspectives. We all have our own minds. We've all had our own little battles with each other.
Oh,
But we've never, I mean, at this point, we've never let it fuck with us. We've taken whatever challenge we've had with each other, or ego or something maybe that we had to fucking knock out of the park, and here we are because we actually tried to understand each other, and I think that's like the biggest part of this whole fucking world is everyone's just trying to understand each other because we're not supposed to be the same fucking people. We're not supposed to have the same beliefs, or we'd all fucking suck. It'd just be boring as hell.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's definitely trying to understand each other's weaknesses and build each other up from that, and then
And
and then
uh,
and
yeah,
and trying to see maybe something that we're fucking missing in ourselves by listening to a different perspective. And that's why these groups are so amazing because well, I'm not going to say it again, but we understand. We understand.
yeah.
Because we
Well,
put the work. Because we put
I'll
the work
touch on
in.
that big time. I call it, like, I've been calling it a brain slip with a negative outlook instead of a positive. Why are you looking at that? I'll just question myself right away. Why are you looking at that in a negative way instead of positive? Why are you doing that? That isn't right. Why aren't you taking the good out of that and dwelling on bad? Why the
What
fuck do I?
that's my number one. That's my number one test
Yeah,
is knowing that I need to flip the script and knowing that I need to change that negative into a positive. And that is my number one test in life. Every single day that I have to deal with because those days where I call it like the cloudy, where it's cloudy phase, something happens, you get a bit of cloud, something happens, a bit of cloud. And when you got a couple clouds in front of you, it's real hard to turn that negative into a positive. But I know that I need to do it. But I'm at that point where I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. And that right there is like my killer word right there. Like, and I
yeah,
don't give a fuck what, like, anything else in this fucking world. Nothing can fucking break me down and fucking kill me more than the words I don't care. So
yeah. That's ego, ego.
it's ego and it's weakness, and
Yeah,
it's like my go-to excuse for fucking acting like a little bitch. It's like, well, I don't fucking care, it doesn't matter. And in my head I'm fucking, well, it doesn't matter, I don't care, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care to fucking do this, I don't care to do that. And
yeah.
it's a killer. I have to get rid of that. So that is my number one test right there, is
You
getting rid of those
have,
stupid fucking words.
And
you
it's, you
have
know
to.
what? That's a consistent loop. That's a consistent
terrible loop.
fucking loop. It's a terrible loop. And I really have to work on genuinely being more kind. I have to work on kindness, man. I really do. Like, and this isn't fucking around. And that's for me. That's for
Mhm.
me to be kind and not be that, fuck him or fuck you. You know that? Fuck you. I don't give a fuck, right? That right there, what Kevin was saying. You know what I mean? What is that?
It's
Well,
What
being,
I'll
are
tell
you
you?
you.
gotta be, you gotta be
Man,
kind to yourself, man.
you
Yeah.
gotta focus on the opposite of ego, which is spirit. And you know, when you're vibing high, you're more tapped in. You're more tapped into that spirit. I mean, I've left the gym absolutely elated before.
Oh,
After you know, there was one day in particular, I crushed abs, I crushed the whole workout, and then I hit 300 floors on the stair climber. I left the gym so elated, it was ridiculous. But you know, tapping into spirit is you know, just siding with being a lover instead of a hater, finding the good instead of the bad, finding the solution instead of breathing life into the problem. You know,
yeah.
spirit is creative, where ego is frustrated. Which one would you rather be?
And
You know?
I gotta touch on this right now. This, what we are talking about right now, is not easy. It is a
Mm-mm.
massive challenge, massive, continuous challenge to dig in your heart and be a genuinely kind, open person instead of the society's bullshit, right? And yeah, it's constant work, man. It's constant
Well,
work.
that's why
Get rid of the
these
yeah.
get so much
Go ahead, buddy.
praise. Sorry, that's why these
Oh,
episodes get praise because is because
Right.
when I'm looking at this screen, I'm seeing four gentlemen that someone would be lucky to have in their life. You know what I mean? That does a lot of work that the average bear just isn't doing. And that really cares a lot more than the average bear. Also, you know what I mean? And that's just a beautiful thing to see. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, I mean, it's people have to look into themselves and ask themselves why. Well, I have to look at myself all the time. This isn't like we're not on here saying, "Hey, we got everything figured out." Fucking like that isn't it. This group is to bring people in to work on yourself and say, "I'm a fucked up motherfucker. Why am I thinking this way? Why am I acting this way? Why am I putting myself out to the world this way?" And it's a constant grind to be a
Right.
good guy, a good man. It's
Yeah.
the work and the constant mistakes and
Yeah.
the repair that we put into our mindset to be a good person, right? This is what I mean. We're working away from fuck upville. We want to work away
Right.
from that better place, right? So that's where I'm at.
Well, Patrick, it's
You
not
have to
even.
be the observer of your thoughts and emotions too, and then use this metacognition. Metacognition is when you think about what you're thinking about, to be
Oh,
able to look at yourself at like outside of yourself and be like, what the hell? How can I change for the better? How can I better myself in the moments of fall into the weakness of low vibing emotions, and make it
yeah.
intentional to react from a higher, those higher emotions, It's just you
Well,
have to be willing to do it.
yeah. And go ahead, Kevin. You had something to say.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, for me as well, it's not even just the low vibes, it's the high vibes where I'm challenged as well. Because I do find myself in like such a high vibe and like everything's going awesome, and I get, I don't know, comfortable, and when I'm in that spot, I I'm like almost, I don't know, I'm like searching for more or something and not finding it, or it's, fuck, how do you say it? It's like almost on being like this like great like positive high, but then the blinders come up to anything else, or you start slacking, or I don't even know how the fuck you say it.
Yeah.
How would
Complacent.
you, how do you know what I mean? Like you're
Well, you hit it. I call it a gray area. You kind of hit this gray area where you're like, yeah,
No.
I get exactly what you're saying. You're searching for more. I get that because you know why? Because people like to feel good. People like
Yeah.
to feel good, not shitty.
oh,
That's
you know
what
what
it
it is?
is. Like
It's
that's what
fucking
it is,
comfort.
right?
It's
You know?
it's that comfort zone. That's exactly what it is. That comfort zone. I get myself up to a point where everything's going good in a high vibe, and I put myself in a comfort zone. That's exactly what it is. Instead of trying to take that high and elevate myself higher and fucking kill it, I'm just like,
Oh,
ooh, this is nice. I like this. This is great. I'm feeling awesome. I'm just gonna stay here. And then
Yeah.
fucking that's when, freaking God or someone kicks in and is like, motherfucker, if you don't keep going, I'm gonna fucking send you back. Here's your next challenge, motherfucker.
Yes. Yes. And
yeah.
you know what the word is for that? Settling. You're settling.
Settling.
You're
Yeah.
settling.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's like when you leave the gym and you leave and then you're like, oh, why did I leave? I should have stayed another half hour. Half
Yeah.
hour.
Well, it was like that. It was like that one thing that I keep like reading and going into and about is about business and all that. And a lot of people will reach a point, and like I've been there where I grew my business up very successful, and I was doing really great. And I don't know if it was like this ego or comfort zone or something that I was in, and I was
Yeah.
like, I think that's basically what it was, is comfort zone again. But it was like, okay, I'm comfortable with how much money I'm making. And then I start slacking, and I don't need to go to work today because I have money, and da 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 da. And then the next day, guess what? I'm fucked. And then I'm like, why am I don't have money? Why don't I have money? And it's like, oh well, I was doing so great. It was always comes back to that. I was doing so great. What happened? And it was like, fuck, man, just keep going. Don't fucking stop. Don't slow down. Either you run
Yeah.
it the fuck over, or you fucking stand in front of it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I didn't know exactly where you're at there, where you're at. Looking for that next level up and actually doing it. Looking for the next level up. Not, it's almost like I like to put in a little bit of perspective, hitting the next level on you're going up another flight of stairs. And you're like, oh, I have to, I'm not going to stay on this floor. I'm going to go up one more floor, right? And you go up another floor, and that's where you'll get caught. You'll get caught in that stagnant place where it's like, man, no, I got to climb another fucking set of stairs and get there instead of staying here and keep that
Well,
into a constant rhythm, right? So,
well, it's like
so yeah,
going to the
that's
gym, and it's like going to the gym and fucking hitting the same fucking weights for your whole fucking life.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because doing what you can do is doing what you can do, but doing what you can't do, that's actually getting out of your comfort zone. That's actually
oh, wow,
that's actually pressing yourself. That's actually getting that next level. It's what
yeah,
you can't do. You already know what you can do. And even worse than that, I think, is the victory lap. Like worse than the comfort zone
Ah,
is the
that's
victory
it.
lap.
ah,
I
ah,
swear,
That's
man.
the
Like,
one I was looking for right there, the victory lap.
the victory lap. Fuck. Yeah.
God I doesn't see. seem Yeah, to yeah, yeah. respect that one.
Well,
He's like, all right,
Brandon just
you
Brandon
want to do
just
that?
knocked it
You
out of
want
the
to do
park.
that?
Brandon put it all together. Put it all together here for sure.
That's like when you're.
Yeah,
That's like when you're in a fight. When you're in a fight and the fight's not over, but you're sitting there fucking or those or those fucking
yeah,
like in the NFL when they fucking they run the whole fucking run the whole football field and they get a touchdown, but they fucking threw the ball down right before they were about to hit the touchdown, and they're all celebrating, and the other guys already grabbed the ball, running to the other end.
yeah, exactly. So if anything, I've got to get going here, guys. But I'll go around the room quick for a quick checkout. AR, just if you want to elaborate and just touch on your strengths and just go into a little bit of a close on the meeting, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, man, I got a lot of stuff going on today. I just want to accomplish a lot. I'm going to hit some burpees at some point because I don't have time to get to the gym today, but that'll be great. Actually, I think I'm going down to the dam in Clinton. It's a huge dam, and I'm going to knock out the burpees there. So that'll be my strength for the day.
Right on, man. Right on. Okay, Brandon Angel.
Yeah, man. Another day of Jedi training. No comfort zone. No,
Yeah.
no chill. But no, no need for extra layers on the cake for extra excitement. No need to chase. So I'm glad I came here and did this. I know that my day will be better for it. And I'll be in 5 cities this next week. So, and I'll be thinking fondly and dearly about all this whole challenge we just did, about the 22 miles, the 32 for Aaron, the 22 for me, and 8 for the other Houdini. And and we will proceed, man. We will proceed. And it's just really good to know that in a morning from now, I'll be right back on the International Assassins Guild call here and talking about how killing the next day is going to go down.
Fuck yeah, brother. Okay, Kev.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a killer day. I'm gonna stay out of the comfort zone and challenge myself for the rest of the week. So I'm excited for it. Feeling good. And thanks for the meeting.
Fucking rights, guys. Okay, I'll just cap it off. Cap it off here. Open your heart. Stay out of your mind. Don't go into imaginary thoughts that aren't happening. Stay in the real. Stay in the now. And give out genuine kindness. And I think that's the way to go. And yeah, guys, enjoy your day. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. And peace out.
Yeah.
See that?